How a Budget Becomes a Law by Aaron Benner, Jess Kensinger, Gunnar Martin, and Roxy Snyder. The Executive Branch. Pennsylvania's executive branch contains both elected and appointed officials. The government is in charge of the executive branch. The duties of the governor are to see that the recent problems are dealt with effectively and that the future plans are put into place. The Attorney General, Auditor General, and State Treasurer are elected to manage agencies free from the governor's control. The last members of Pennsylvania's executive branch are the Lieutenant Governor and the other appointed members of the cabinet. The governor's cabinet members include the Secretary of the Commonwealth, Secretary of Health, Secretary of Public Welfare, Secretary of Transportation, and many other things. Their duties are to advise the governor and to come at the governor's command.
The, the legislative branch. The legislative branch is made up of the General Assembly. The General Assembly are the people elected by the Commonwealth to work as our state senators and representatives. The people of Pennsylvania give these men and women the right and responsibility to operate on our behalf. Expect them to be knowledgeable of the issues that Pennsylvanians face and endure, and do their best to lead us in the future. The General Assembly is closest to the people of Pennsylvania. Each of them are responsible to represent, serve, and be devoted to a specific portion of the Commonwealth. Some of these people who serve in the legislative branch are the Lieutenant Governor, the Speaker, the Senate and House Whips, and the Parliamentarian. The duties of the Lieutenant Governor are to refer bills to committees, keeping order, preventing personal reflections, confining members in debate into the question at hand, and stating all questions. The Speaker of the House performs many tasks as well. They are as follows: presiding over the House of Representatives, preserving order and decorum, deciding if all questions are in order, signing all bills and joint resolutions passed by both houses, referring all bills and resolutions to committees, appointing chairman and vice chairman of the standing committees, appointing all special or select committees, and voting on all questions. The Senate and House Whips have a unique job. They are the eyes and ears of the party's floor. So much. Leaders in their duties are to discern the direction in which opinions are moving, to shut down any mutterings or discontent. Mrs. Pratt, be quiet. Last, the parliamentarian's responsibilities are to help in rendering correct parliamentary decisions and ensuring that the practices and precedents of the House are done according to law.
The 2009-2010 proposed budget. Governor Ed Rendell created the 2009-2010 proposed budget plan. His main concerns are to create more jobs for Pennsylvanians, to fix Pennsylvania's roads and bridges, make important industries more productive, make businesses more competitive, and get the state out of this recession. Here's a list of more specific ideas for these topics. Infrastructure. Governor Rendell proposed we use $537 million for rebuilding Pennsylvania projects. This includes $200 million for bridge repair, $294 million for water, sewer, flood control, and dam projects, and $42.5 million for rail and aviation improvement. Also, he would like to use $1.9 billion for base motor license funds for bridge and highway repairs. Rendell says that fixing 5,000 miles of roads will put 84,000 Pennsylvanians to work. Governor Rendell wants to help communities and state-owned universities like Pittsburgh University, Penn State, Lincoln University, and Temple take on job-creating construction projects to attract new business. He would like to have higher education to better educate Pennsylvania's workers. Last, he would make college education more affordable so more people can attend. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. This act is a bill that is currently pending in the United States Congress. It is based on proposals made by President Barack Obama to provide a stimulus to the U.S. economy brought on by the economic recession. It includes federal tax cuts, expansion of unemployment benefits, social welfare positions, domestic investments in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. This bill has been split into two versions, one by the House and one by the Senate. There's a pretty big difference between the House and Senate's proposals. There's inclusion of a temporary fix of the alternative minimum tax, which adds $70 billion to the bill's price. The House passed the bill by a 244 to 88 vote. The Senate-considered version of the plan started with a $275 billion tax provisions, On February 9th, the Senate had voted to end the debate on their version of the bill and moved it to the Senate floor for a final vote the following day. Both groups have wonderful ideas for similar topics. One happens to be education. Here are their proposals to help education. In the Senate, they have 79 billion in state fiscal to prevent cuts in education aid and provide block grants. 25 billion to school districts to fund special education and No Child Left Behind. 14 billion to raise the maximum Pell Grant by 400 to 5,250 and 2 billion for Head Start. House. The similar help to states and school districts, 21 billion for school modernization, 16 billion to raise the maximum Pell Grant by 500 to 5,350 and 2 billion for Head Start. In conclusion, here are the main duties of the legislative and executive branch, the 2009 and 2010 proposed budget, and some points of the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009.